what are your goals though? Like coming back in, you have to have thought about that a little bit. Like
100%.
Coming back into the sport, because I know a lot of people are going to be excited to hear what your goals are, and you know, I think for the athletes, and I could talk about this a little bit too, but like from your outside perspective, and I guess I'm asking two questions now, but the sport, like where you, when you were kind of outside sitting and watching, like where it went to, and where you feel like you can plug back in. You know what I'm saying? Like from a competitive standpoint, and you know, like I guess we could start with like what are your goals? Like what are you hoping to do when you walk back in? Because I feel like I know what you're gonna say, but you know,
I mean, obviously, as you know, and as the people know, I'm very competitive.
Yes,
I'm obviously gonna go in with the mindset to win.
Yes,
but keeping that back of my head that I gotta be careful. I gotta listen to my body.
Yeah.
So if I feel like my body is not strong enough to lift something, I'm not going to push. Like, what else? Because I feel like my body might need more time to go absolutely all in. I'm not going to risk an injury again.
Sure. So
I'm going to try to be very obviously well prepared and select the weights very carefully.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to chase the guys, if that makes sense, but just do what I know I should be able to lift.
Yes.
Without getting injured. Since this is my first competition coming back, I gotta be a bit careful. I still believe that, you know, I'm gonna be a danger. I still believe I can do a lot of damage there. And if the guy's not prepared, who knows? I might win. You know, we'll see. You know, we'll see. I'm still. I know the guys are obviously. Like, I have a lot of respect for the guys, and it's going to be a hell of a show.
Yeah.
And for me to be able to win, I would have to be extremely strong. So we'll see how it goes. I at least feel good about it. You know, I feel good about it. And I just, like I said, I just got to be, I got to listen to my body. That's number one. Listen to my body and make sure to not get ahead of myself. That's the main thing.
Well, I think the progression that you're going to see with your training in the coming weeks as you start to build back up, I think you're going to feel good, and I think that the confidence is going to build and build and build. And you know, I think the natural thing to say is, okay, I'm walking in, but you started with one thing. You said I'm competitive, and I know you're competitive, and I know that you want to win.
We've had some heat, bro.
Yes, we have.
We have competed for a long time together.
This is the thing.
That's the. Sorry. I'm not gonna.
No, it's and I know that, like I know that, right? So it's like everybody talking about.
It can't sound a bit too much. I understand.
Yeah. It's just I know and I can only imagine what you don't have to say right now, but I can only imagine like behind closed doors what you're thinking, and then you hear different people saying like, "Hey, he's coming back." You know, it's a good thing. It creates talking points.
Absolutely.
But I know how I would feel if I was in your shoes, right?
How would you feel?
Well, I would feel like I'm coming back to win.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's a blanket statement. Like there would be like in my mind, as you build the confidence over the next, you know, weeks and months, like as you build back up, there's absolutely no reason that you can't win. Right. Like, so that I would build confidence. But if I said that I was coming back, I wouldn't be coming back to take second place.
100%.
You know, and that's a fair statement. You are entitled to make that statement because of the accomplishments that you've had.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, man. Like I thought that immediately, and everybody's like, "Oh, well, you know, he's just gonna come back and build up and this and that." And I'm like, well, you know, you walking back in, even at 80%, right, of where you ultimately were at your best, that's still going to be very dangerous, right? Like and the guys should realize that. The guys should understand that. And I think most of them, whether they'll say it or not, should understand that.
Yeah.
Right. So it's that capability is there. It's just within you, like you said, to manage your training, to be smart, and you know, like at the end of the day, man, you have to run your own race anyway, right?
100%. And I think the thing is, I always got injured, and I don't want to make that same mistake again.
Yes.
So it's gotta be make sure that my body, because I retired. Like I went into boxing for 2 years, so I know how to get strong.
Yes.
But I just got to make sure that my body is ready to lift those weights.
Yes.
So that's what I mean by being smart with the weight selection.
Absolutely.
And just making the smart calls, knowing when to step back. But saying that, obvious, as you know, and you know, I'm very competitive.
Yeah.
And if the body feels great, you know, I'm gonna push and see how it goes.
If you enjoyed this clip and you want to listen to the full podcast episode, click here. And if you want to stay informed about new podcast episodes and subscribe, make sure to click here.